We are last day of the month of February 28th, 2025. It is a little after 3:15 or so. We've placed an order with Bubba's 33, grabbing a pizza and some wings. Might actually grab a little bit of whiskey. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, just got out of Alexander's space. I was thinking about going to the bar, but that might be a bit much. So, I mean, we went to the bar last week. It did not go as... Let's just say I got a little more tossed than I'd like to have gotten tossed. So, I felt that for a couple of days afterwards. No big deal. I probably shouldn't have started drinking when I got home either. So I do these things to myself, people. But anyway, you're not here to talk about me. You want to know what FSD has been doing lately, and we're still on version 13.2.8. I plan to do a lot of driving this weekend. I want to go back to the Interloop. I also want to go to Hobby Airport. I also want to go to Bush Intercontinental Airport. We're going to be going to Lake Jackson as well. So I'm going to be logging a lot of miles on FSD. 13.2.8 seems to be a good resting point until we probably leapfrog and get that 3x bigger model. I think that's the consensus. Once we get that, we should see some real significant improvement, not only in our drives. I mean, the drives are already perfect, so it's hard to really tell. But you know, the route planning part, a lot of people have issues with the navigation. They're having trouble with the last 100 feet. That's my biggest point of contention. But as far as the vehicle being safe, I've never felt safer in 13.2.8. So it's already a better driver than me. Easily, I would say even on 12, it was doing a lot of things better than myself, but there's always room for improvement. And when you're thinking about this, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about perfection, because humans aren't perfect. We can't expect the technology to be perfect just to get it started. We just want to start improving the quality of life of individuals, especially those that are older, have trouble driving. You know, we want to minimize the risk of new drivers and just make sure that the least amount of accidents are occurring wherever we are in the country. That's the goal, and it doesn't need to be perfect to accomplish that goal, right? We should have a service of an unsupervised nature in Austin. Just recently, a report came out that Tesla is going through the channels to have a free ride-hail service in California. So I imagine that'll be, you know, associated with their co-workers or the people that work in the factories and the buildings in Tesla. And then maybe a few exceptional beta customers that are, you know, loyalty customers that have been with the company for a decade, you know what I mean? Or, you know, some of the people that might be able to get it out on social media platforms. Primary candidates would be Homar's blog, obviously. So he'd probably get some access to that. I can't wait to start seeing how this thing functions in the real world, the dynamics. Looks like we've got some emergency lights up ahead. Yeah, we got some police officers. Let's see how our AI student driver, but we don't want to cause any more harm than we already see. So obviously this left lane is no go, right? We got a tow truck. Apparently there might be an accident. Yeah. So our AI student driver bypasses this terrible accident, does exactly what it's supposed to be doing, and, you know, no problems, no issues. These are the types of things that, you know, your spidey sense goes up. You don't know exactly how the vehicle is going to handle these situations, and you don't want to cause any more grief than the tragedy that's already present. So we hope everybody's safe. It looks like a fender bender. This road doesn't get too high. I think the miles per hour might get up to 40 maybe. So hopefully everybody was safe, and you know, the only real thing that was executed was people's time and you know, maybe a little bit of their nerves, but hopefully everybody's safe. Now that we've gotten past that, our AI student driver, there is a yellow light that it chooses to get through. Part of me really thinks that the vehicle behind us, because they are riding us, it pushes us to push past that yellow light, even if it were to turn red. So the vehicle behind us that just passed us, the Jeep, I'm glad our AI student driver made the executive decision to push through that yellow light, or we might have ended up like that, those vehicles back there. So, but either way, we're not going very far. Bubba's is right up the road. There is, when exiting that shopping center and then trying to make that left, I want to see what our AI student does. My preference would be to not try to execute the maneuver. There's like every situation is different. It'll be random, right? You don't know what the traffic's going to look like. You don't know what other vehicles are going to do. It is a difficult maneuver, even for humans. Relying on the kindness of other vehicles, we'll show it. But I mean, we're exiting the shopping center. The light is right there. Vehicles tend to pile up, and we're trying to make a left at that intersection, which is, I mean, the vehicle has done it before. Done it well before, done it poorly before. Every time it is just a little bit different. What I want it to do is when it recognizes that it would be better just to move on, right? Like, I want it to be able to be like, today's not the day. We're just gonna make a circuitous route and get to where we need to be. So I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, you know, the ride isn't far. I just wanted to get it on camera. You never know, just like we saw that accident, driving is weird. It is random. You could drive the same roads 1,000 times and it'll be different every single time. That's what has me so confident about Tesla's FSD. I love this software because not getting any younger, ladies and gentlemen, and my faculties. I'm a prime candidate for retinal detachment. If you don't know what that means, it means that the retina that's connecting your eyeball to your brain is very, very thin. We got a little jerky movement here. I don't even know what that is, but it's like rocking the Casbah in my either way, it's subtle, but it's something that, you know, maybe it's telling me I need to be paying more attention. But either way, yeah, so if I have a retinal detachment in one or both eyes, I'll lose my vision if I don't get to the emergency room immediately. Retinal reattachment is not something that is an exact science. They will try, but more than likely I'll be blind. You know, it's one of those hope and pray type things that you get there early enough and your body is receptive to treatment. But I don't expect to drive into my 60s and my 70s because I know I'll be bad at it. And my hubris being, you know, driving for 40 plus years, I'll be like, I'm fine. And that's what a lot of elderly individuals do. I'm fine. I can still drive. And all it takes is a lapse of judgment, just being a little more tired than you're used to, and you've caused an accident. Hopefully not a fatal one, but you know, what's done will be done. I would just rather let the vehicle, who statistically just will be involved in less accidents than I ever could be. And that's what we're transitioning to, hopefully, as you know, FSD is now in 5 freaking countries: the United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and the newly minted China. I can't wait to see the rest of these Asian countries branching out, getting FSD, right? I'm looking at you, Japan. I know you're kind of mixed up in some of this other nonsense with regulations, but I'm looking at you, Japan. That's the place I want to retire in my later years. They have a great public transit system, but my in-laws live out there in the country. So buses and trains aren't necessarily the way to get about. You know, going from, you know, urban dense area to urban dense area, obviously the subways and the things of that nature are ideal. Public transportation in Japan is awesome, don't get me wrong, but there's something too about having plenty of personal vehicles. The cabs are still plentiful in Tokyo and everything else. Uber and all these other things, I don't know if they're likely to have a presence, but you know, Waymo's trying to be over there by 2026, I think. You know, doing rides, maybe. There's still going to be an economy for ride hail in general, and I'd love to own a Tesla in Japan and definitely have a personal chauffeur that could ultimately make money in that country area, right? It'll eliminate everyone's need to own a vehicle, because you know, you need to go to somewhere that, you know, public transportation isn't necessarily ideal for. But we're about here. Alex's space was wonderful as always. Let's see, we're approaching the last 100 feet to Bubba's here, and I always like to see what path our AI student driver decides to take to get us to the last 100 feet. It seems to be different every time, like Tesla's playing with it. I think the last time we were here, we made a right right there at that stop sign. We are not. We're going a little bit further. I want to say to this stop sign up here, which that's probably the way I would go. But I guess there's more than one way to skin this route. Uh-oh. Yeah, a little hesitation, but finally got here. A lot of dust being kicked up as construction's. I need to wash this car. But this is Bubba's, right? Whether or not it chooses to park here or not, I'm curious, or what it will decide to do. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Okay, that's a handicap spot, but it's not choosing to park there. I think we might have an actual Autopark perfection here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Me like you what I see. Now it's a little bit out. Let's say it's double parked. I mean, the park job, it did it. It's in the lines. But if another vehicle decided to park next to me, it would be a tight fit. But kudos to our AI student driver. Kudos to the AI team. We are getting this nailed down without a shadow of a doubt. All right, we navigated ourselves over to the to-go parking of this establishment. Now we need to get back to the crib. So let's see how it handles this intersection up here, where it's gonna try to make a sharp left with some very congested situation with the cars here in traffic. Let's get to it. Or we can do that. There we go. All right. We're backing out of this space. I mean, it wasn't too long ago I was clamoring for the vehicle to be able to reverse. Now we've got reverse in the car. It really just let me know that we are on the precipice of Tesla evolving into something much more than an auto. Oh, did not expect this. We got a little bit of some parking lot shenanigans here. Oh, we're not going to go left. This is awesome, because it gives us a little more leeway so that we don't have to navigate that short distance and try to make that left immediately. So the goal now is to try to enter that feeder of the highway, or whatever you want to call it, the side road with the lights, from a further distance. This is much better than trying to exit somewhere around Chick-fil-A and Whataburger over there. So we get back here. This is much, much easier to navigate, turn right, and then we'll be able to navigate to our left. So I'm gonna show you this on the screen. Let's do this. So yeah, typically we'd be going from somewhere around here and then trying to cut into this heavy, dense traffic, and it would be ridiculous. But now we're gonna start from way back here. I guess we're not gonna test it and see if it does it right. It's now feeling like a smarter route plan, and it was a sharp turn because I was not expecting us to go right. I was expecting us to go left and try to figure it out again like it normally does. But that sharp right turn wasn't parking lot shenanigans. It was the vehicle doing the smart thing. Look, the traffic is already piling up back here. Imagine what it looks like when we're trying to enter this roadway much closer to the intersection, and we gotta make a left turn across 4 or 5 lanes. It's a gargantuan task for any human driver. Our AI student driver says let's avoid that scenario entirely, and let's get it from a position where we can handle it. I am so proud. But that was supposed to be the main purpose of the video. Now our AI student driver tackles it before we even get there. Well, let's not count the chickens before we hatch. Let's see how it handles this before we give it too much praise. Still dealing with a lot of distracted humans, people on their phones. You may not be able to tell it from the video, but I can see it firsthand. People are doing more than just driving. We sneak in. That's the beauty of FSD. Now it's over here in this lane where it knows it's going to be able to make its left turn. A professional 5-star Uber driver level of thinking and reacting and doing exactly what it needs to do to accomplish the task with absolute customer satisfaction. I cannot be more proud. Technically, we would still be waiting over there by that billboard where that says Kroger's, Home Goods, and all that other stuff. We would still be waiting on that for this to clear up. Our AI student driver made a great executive decision coming out of the shopping center. Loving it, loving it. But that's where we're headed. This thing is me. I'm trying to make this. You know, I'm trying to make this. It's getting better. That's all I can say is it's getting better every day. It does something every day because the randomness of the road, you never know what's gonna happen. It does something every day that shocks me. Like, I didn't know it could do that. What are we doing? I don't drive anymore, ladies and gentlemen. See, like this vehicle over here is trying to squeeze in. Our AI student driver avoided that entirely. It's impressive. It really is impressive.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase a bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. Slowing down, I'll give up everything.
just wanna be a better person. I deserve this, I just wanna break these chains. Always destined for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once that I so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started the outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me to...
Yeah, we're gonna go pick up a little spot of whiskey, and I don't know, maybe we'll chat with the bros tonight. It's Friday. I just don't want to go to the bar. Not not after my close call last week. So we'll grab a little spot of whiskey, and we'll make that work. We'll make that work. How does Rihanna say it? Work, 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 work. Anyway, that's all. This is what I got. As you saw, they're still dealing with that accident back there. Seems like they'll probably be dealing with that. I remember my accident. Oh my God, just running red lights. People are trying to get into accidents here on Friday. We gotta get off the roads, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta get off the roads. But that accident back there is not going to just be, you know, once the wreckage is cleared, it's not over. You got months of insurance claims, maybe even doctor visits. We gotta eliminate the human element from driving. And focus our energies on something a little more constructive, like drinking creative juice and sharing ideas. Let's see, will we get a little bit of a Autopark? Something tells me we don't get an actual Autopark here with this one.
I'll give up everything, daunting life. If I can see my dream, lay things on. 'Cause I'll do anything. Want a reality.